Welcome.
Hello again, future viewers. Well, we're done with Beverly Hills for the time being, unless I need to scoop up some more money from there. It's Beverly Hills, they'll never run out.
Offshore from San Francisco, the enemy forces setting up a huge electromagnetic Alcatraz cannon to combat terrorism.
Correction, they've already set it up.
Has implanted fear into the hearts of the people on the West Coast. The shelling is directed at keeping the dissidents in check.
By destroying the energy tanks around the Alcatraz cannon, you can stop its operation.
The current is
I assume we're going to demolish the cannon after we've stopped its immediate operation and cleared the surrounding area.
the Alcatraz cannon. This mission goes by the call name Smash the Island Prison. Good luck and Godspeed, Mr. President.
We have an amount of money to spend. There are a couple of things I want to make sure to bring along. One of which is a railgun. And since I have the money, I might as well develop the Generation 2 railgun. It's not great against most enemies because it takes a while to charge up. However, we've already run into some trouble with those reinforced buildings, the kind that tend to appear as mission targets. And the railgun does have something going for it. Don't worry, I'll talk about that machine gun in due time. But anyway, the railgun is a heavy energy weapon, and there are very few things that resist that. Later on, we're going to switch to other weapons, partially for showcasing, partially for practicality, but for now I think the railgun will solve a few of our problems. Well, we developed the first really good machine gun. This is a Gatling gun that fires a lot and does a lot of damage. And we've also unlocked a bazooka that fires 2 shells per pull of the trigger, so that's pretty nice. And I guess we'll just scatter the rest of the money here and there. I'll probably make a second machine gun 200 at some point because dual wielding them will take care of a lot of things. I considered just making a second M2 because a lot less expensive, but you know what? If we can build a twin bazooka, we might as well build a twin bazooka. We're not going to build anything else, though, because rare metal, despite the fact that we get it every mission, it is still a little bit rare. We can't just build everything without considerable grinding. So, let's just develop more stuff for now. Later on, I want to show off more missile launchers, I want to show off more shotguns, maybe a multi-missile launchers. Let's see what the later weapons along that line will do. But one thing at a time. So how are we going to set this up? Well, the multi-missile launcher, I think I'd rather have the railgun because among other things, the railgun pierces things. So the missiles in the multi-missile launcher can get absorbed, for example, by the soldiers standing on the buildings, but the railgun has no such problems. And also, we get more shots out of the railgun than we do out of the multi-missile launcher. Now, with the machine gun 200, that's really all the machine gun we need. So we can just switch the missile launcher that we picked up last time up to that slot that the M4A1 used to be. And there we go. We have dual-wield bazookas. We don't really need the flamethrower. I don't expect to use that at all. So I guess we can put the multi-missile launcher in its place, but probably won't need it. I want to show off the new stuff. This level design is a little different. The last couple of missions were pretty wide open, but this one is linear. It's fairly short, and, well, you'll see the twist when we get it started. Uh-oh.
If you fail to comply, the Alcatraz cannon will zap you back west coast.
Will it now?
Zap you back west coast, huh?
Not if I zap it first.
Good plan.
Mr. President, the Alcatraz cannon just started to recharge.
I'm on the move. I'll smash it faster than a Florida recount.
Well, if it wasn't obvious enough before which president this game is making fun of, we got some more proof now. But before we go after that Alcatraz cannon, we have a secret to explore.
That's the heinous terrorist Metal Wolf, as seen from the air. He's trying to take over the Alcatraz cannon and destroy the West Coast. DNN is coming to you live and exclusively as these events unfold.
We don't want to destroy the West Coast, we want to capture it. Well, so, in this cave that we get by going backwards and by way of destroying those flimsy walls that were in the way, you gotta remember that in Metal Wolf Chaos, obstacles like that are not impenetrable. Well, the Alcatraz cannon charges in about 5 minutes if we leave things alone, but we're not gonna leave things alone.
Mr. President, that device also seems to supply energy to the Alcatraz cannon. You should destroy it in order to decrease the energy recharge supply.
Yep, we can give ourselves extra time by destroying these targets. So, the railgun seems to do a pretty good job of that. Even with the charge-up time, it is a lot less time-consuming than our previous weapons. We do, however, have to destroy some doors, but our new bazooka is pretty good for that. And because of that self-destructing hostage camp, we have to be pretty fast on switching our weapons. But, no problem. Now, those mines are a bit of a problem. It's better to just shoot them. As far as I can tell, they don't have any area of effect on them, so it's not really a big deal if you know they're there. Also, these helicopters are very close, so shooting them down with bazookas is no problem. Uh-oh. This seems like a good time to use the burst attack.
The U.S. military is being decimated platoon after platoon.
So, it's well worth destroying that large vehicle. I believe it drops something, in fact. And it is normally kind of an attempt by the game to slow you down, but with the burst, no problem. Also, I only had the chance to show off the missile launcher once. It has a reasonably wide lock-on window, and it does do a lot of damage, but the missile is slow, so it could bump into other missiles, or it also has a long reload. Alright, well, I'm not sure if these buildings are reinforced or not, but it doesn't matter. It seems that the rail cannon was a good investment for this level. Now, we could advance to the final part of the level, but there's still some targets left to take down. And once you deal with all of them, you have more than enough time. You see, that was another use of the missile launcher. I was glad I was able to show that off a little bit. Anyway. Actually, I don't think these in particular are fueling the countdown. But anyway, you can see how the new machine gun just demolishes those things. Yeah, those barracks are reasonably weak against light arms. That's why the flamethrower worked on it last mission.
Your cruelty won't go unpunished.
I probably should have destroyed that helicopter, but I guess I just couldn't be bothered. By the way, if you were sharp, you heard the alarm happen when I went backwards into that secret passage. We did lose a hostage camp that way, but we can just go back and pick it up the second time. And hey, here we go. We have an enemy mobile armor. Let's use a juggle combo on it.
The tanks in the surrounding area are a key part to the Alcatraz cannon. Please destroy everything before the energy recharges.
It was very nice for that enemy mobile armor to just stay floating in the air during that cutscene. And hey, we even got a new weapon out of it. So, using a mobile armor to fight me was a good idea, but you need to use one that's a little bit better than that, I'm afraid. Now, I was still a little bit fuzzy on a couple of the details of this level while playing it. In particular, I knew that there was a destructible door here that I could open for a secret passage, but apparently it's not this door. Oh well. We've slowed down the cannon so much that I can afford to look around a bit. Ah, there we go. That's the one. Give me that heart container piece. It's actually possible to complete this level with your starting weapons and whatever you pick up, but I didn't feel like that. I wanted to show off some of the slightly more advanced stuff.
Metal Wolf could seize the area. Under military orders, the soldiers blew up the Alcatraz cannon. Simply amazing. The U.S. military gets the job done no matter what.
That confused journalist better double check his facts.
Today,
And he's just using alternative
US military
facts.
forces were dealt a lethal blow by Metal Wolf. But thanks to these heroes in our military, Metal Wolf and his conspiracy have been held in check. Our hearts go out to
Oh no,
them
they
who
destroyed the cannon that we
sacrificed
came
their
here
lives
to
in battle.
destroy. What do we do?
Families as well. Any further reporting is too dangerous. Our news team is seeking refuge. Be the first to know as we continue pursuing Metal Wolf. Because yes, the pen is still mightier than the sword. This has been Peter McDonald for DNN.
Talk about biased reporting. It's exhausting to listen to. But at least the West Coast is safe now. Excellent work, Mr. President.
And that's that. I guess I'll show off that last hostage camp at the start of the next video, although it's really not a big deal. By the way, the resources you get from your first clear of a mission are a fair bit more than later clears, but grinding can still be worthwhile. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. It was a little bit short, but I actually like that mission design a fair bit. It's certainly not boring. Now bear in mind, this is the same person who's been reporting about our dastardly terrorism over the last couple of missions.
Yes, I'll play for you now.
Metal Wolf, we applaud and appreciate your efforts. Our membership has started to rise one brave soul at a time. I'm putting all my efforts into our activities, hoping that the day we revolt will come soon.
I'd like to see that day too.
We're gonna have to fight those guys, aren't we?
I feel like a mother hen here.
Okay, Mr. President. You best hurry and get to the next battle theater.
Okay, I believe we finished the first tier of missions in the game, and we are moving east for the next tier next time. Hope to see you then. Later.
Welcome